Let's get into the TLDR. These are the moneyline picks for UFC Long Island. All right, brother. So, like I said, we got a little bit of contention going on over here. And one thing that I think is fair to do, AJ, is to kind of talk it out a little bit, right? So let's just go pick by pick. Main event. I think T-City gets it done, but you're rocking with Yair Rodriguez, and without actually sitting here and breaking it down, because we're literally going to do that in a couple of minutes, my man, what was the catalyst? What was the overall factor that made you say, I think Yair could pull an upset this time?
Man, because Brian Ortega's a dog, and I'm expecting a war. And Yair Rodriguez in a war is that's kind of where my money's betting on a little bit right there, man. I'll break it down a little further, but that was the one thing where I was like, man, I don't know. What about you? What makes you think T-City's going to get it done?
I just have seen that T-City against more flat-footed opposition, people who aren't utilizing a million feints, people who aren't super crafty like a Volkanovski, he's had a lot of success against, not only on the feet, but in the grappling. So I do think that when you fight a world champion, one of the GOATs in the division right now, it can make you look a little bad. And that's where I'm thinking we have a good rebound performance. But nonetheless, we look at the co-main event, Amanda Lemos versus Michelle Waterson, the karate hottie, a true OG in the game. But it looks like both of us are taking the new school approach, right? Even though she's an older fighter, believe it or not, she's a lot older than Michelle Waterson. She's the new generation-ish, I guess. But we think she's going to get it done, my man. Amanda Lemos, even though she lost her last fight to Jessica Andrade, I still think she won it a little bit, if that makes sense. Because who puts Andrade on skates, man? Who puts Andrade on the back foot? Nobody does that, right?
Yeah, you're right, man. And that head and arm choke, that standing head and arm choke that Andrade hit came out of nowhere. So it was one of those, like, just got caught, something happened. But you're right, man. She had Andrade looking backward, eyes wide, scared, like, oh shit, I gotta react. And sure enough, she got the sub, but that's how it goes.
That's how it goes. Heavy momentum for Amanda Lemos right now. Then we got Li Jingliang versus Muslim Salikov. And AJ, we both are in consensus on this pick, and we're both rocking with an underdog here. It's the Leech, man. This man's been doing it for a long time. If you stand and bang with him, the likelihood is you will get knocked out. But Muslim Salikov is a great grappler, and he's part of that new breed too of the Demir Ismagulovs, the Guram Kutataladzes, those types of fighters who are making their way, storming the way up the rankings. So it'll be interesting right there. Next, we got Sumaderji versus Matt Schnell. And I'm not a Matt Schnell fan, but we've had high hopes for the man many a time. And I think we picked him many a time, and we have been let down many a time. Sumaderji, on the other hand, forced to be reckoned with, 3-fight win streak. You know the vibes. You know what time it is. Now, AJ, I'm really interested on this one. I'm going with Shane Burgos versus Charles Jourdain, but you're rocking with the Canadian. You're rocking with Charles Air Jourdain. Talk to me, brother. I mean, listen, Shane Burgos is a dog, and he showed us in our last fight he's a real dog. I mean, Jourdain is a dog too. What are you seeing here?
This is another one, Derek, where I was going back and forth many a time. I'm pretty sure I'm going with the underdog as well. And something about the striking just made me think. I was like, man, maybe. And the nice thing is, Air Jourdain, he's very well-rounded. He get things done many a times. But when I was watching the kicks, I was watching the striking, Shane Burgos, he's a little bit of a plotter. He might get caught with a head kick. He might get caught with something else, man. I don't know. That's what I was thinking just when I was going with it. But why are you going with Burgos?
Like I said, he's a dog. He's just established. He's proven. If you really think about it, man. Look at his last performance. When he fought, Billy Quarantillo. This is kind of my thought process on it. When he fought Billy Quarantillo, you have a dude who is nonstop in your face. You want to talk about a Korean zombie style opponent, a war of attrition type opponent? That reminds me of Jourdain as well. Jourdain will be in your face the whole fight. So if you already passed that test, right? If you got very close to defeating Edson Barbosa before that third round KO, right? If you lost a fight to Josh Emmett, but that was also back and forth, fought the Amir Khan and Cup Swanson, resume, toughness, I think all of that is just a step higher than Jourdain. But don't get me wrong, Jourdain fan favorite. I would love to see him win, but that's why I'm rocking with Burgos. And then lastly, we have a very interesting matchup between Miesha Tate and Lauren Murphy. Once canceled, now rescheduled. This is the rescheduled bout. But AJ, we're both rocking with Miesha Tate here. We're both rocking with the former champion. Lauren Murphy, though, is much higher in the ranking. So this is really lends to the point of what do you make of the rankings? You know what I mean? Like, but there's a reason why we have our own rankings. Not everybody believes the UFC's rankings are really merit-based. A lot of it is more promotional-based, right? So we're both rocking with the former champion, but Lauren Murphy got to number 3 in the rankings for a reason, brother. She fought Valentina Shevchenko in her last outing for a reason, brother. Why are you thinking Miesha Tate?
Man, this one's to me, UFC just making a play for someone to try and fight Valentina. Yeah. So I'm thinking they're seeing something that Miesha Tate has to offer, and they're just trying to get her built up in order to fight the champ. it really seems like a lot is on the plate for Tate, not necessarily a lot for
Murphy,
like the name Lauren Murphy, but still it could play out of the way we see it, and I just think Tate has a little bit more momentum. What about you?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think Tate is overall more the well-rounded fighter. Like, she has a little bit better striking than her. When it comes to the grappling, it could be a little even matched. I think that Miesha Tate, if I'm not mistaken, has been taken down like twice in her last 10 fights. One by Raquel Pennington, the other by whoever her last fight was. I don't remember who her last fight was. Ketlin Vieira. There we go. Ketlin Vieira and Raquel Pennington. Or actually, I don't even think Vieira. I think it was Sarah McMahon, silver medal Olympic wrestler, and the other fighter that I was just talking about. You know what time it is, folks. So listen, that is the picks. I'm rocking with Brian Ortega. AJ got Yair Rodriguez. We're a lock on Amanda Lemos. We're a lock on Li Jing Liang. We're a lock on Suma Derji. A lock on Miesha Tate. And then our last differing pick, I'm got Shane Burgos, and he has Charles Jourdain. And just so you're aware, folks, if we take a look back, it is a fight differential between us two. So that is something to keep your eye on. There's going to be a make it or break it week.